Alright, yo, what's good, people? We are back in trading. It is Monday, no news Monday today, and we are currently waiting for macro to open and give us some sort of setup. Originally, my idea was for price to come up and sweep these buy side liquidity highs and previous day highs as well. God damn, my nose is itchy. Excuse me. But yeah, I was thinking about sweeping these buy side liquidity highs and these previous day highs, but price decided to make a big move up and retrace right back down. And as we can see right now, we have swept two times sell side liquidity. We have a really good draw below us, London session lows plus relative equal lows down here with these lows right here. And yeah, ideally I'd like to see price come down, sweep all these sell side liquidities, and then show me some sort of retracement to the upside and some sort of entry. So I'll be waiting here for any sort of entry. If I do see one, I will press record and I'll let you guys know. I won't make you sit here through absolutely nothing. And if there's no price action, no good price action, then I guess it will be a no trade day. But price action has been getting a lot better recently, a lot cleaner, a lot easier to trade compared to the last 6 months that we've had. So yeah, I'll catch you guys when I see a setup. Peace. So that didn't take too long. I'm looking at a decent setup right now, but the question is, are we gonna have a retracement to tap us in? It isn't the best setup I've seen, I'm not gonna lie. As you can see, there isn't really much of a market structure shift here. We do technically have this high because it is an up close candle, which you could class as a market structure shift, but in my eyes it really isn't. It maybe would be on like the 15-second, 20-second chart, but it's not here. So price is pumping like crazy right now, which is what I wanted to see, but it didn't tap me, hasn't given me an entry yet. So I'll wait here. Possibly, I don't know. I might consider entering off this huge fair value gap here to target the highs, but when I look at the stop loss size, it doesn't really please me too much. It's going to be a huge stop loss, and highs have already nearly been SMT'd, so I think I'm not going to enter this. Even if it does pull through, it is what it is, but this SMT at the highs definitely does not help me whatsoever in my bias or whatever trade I'm trying to take. So I'll wait out here to see potentially if we do get an entry, which I'm not going to take. I'll just explain why. But yeah, hopefully, actually, you could technically use this now as a 15-minute buy side liquidity, which has just been swept on ES. So we've got a huge SMT right here. Well, not yet. That's an equal high, a perfectly equal high, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, if I do now see price come up to these highs, possibly even sweep all these highs out, I'll consider looking for a sell, since we'll have a 15-minute market structure shift, not market structure shift, 15-minute buy side liquidity sweep. I know we did just sweep sell side liquidity, but there's no entry for us. Definitely not a good enough entry for us to enter. So yeah, I'm gonna turn the recording off now. If I do see a potential sell, I will slap it back on. I'll catch you guys in a minute. Okay, so we got a potential sell here. This fair value gap is not the biggest fair value gap I've seen in my life, but it's a fair value gap nonetheless that we can use. If I can switch it to a bear FVG, that we can use as a potential entry to target these lows. sell off, we'll go 4-5. Although that close isn't the most promising, I ain't gonna lie to you. See what the risk is gonna be. Risk is tiny, so I'm happy to take that. More than happy to take that. If I do get an entry, we have got a market structure shift on the S&P, not on Nasdaq just yet, but if it's on the S&P, then it's good enough for me. Damn, that rhymed. But yeah, if it is on the S&P, that's good. Now all we gotta do is get entered in. I'm gonna check exactly where 50% is of this range. Is where I'll usually take off most of my position, around 70% or so. I'll take 70% of my position at 50% of the range, and that sounds about right. And then potentially hold the rest to the lows if I even get tapped in here. So if we get a potential entry, maybe I would be very grateful. But it's not looking like we're gonna get one, is it? It's looking like price is just gonna be dumping lower without us, just like it did go higher without us. So I do much prefer this setup though, since it is to the downside, and my overall bias to the downside, since we've got these relative equal lows, sell side liquidity down here, and we're in this 4-hour bearish fair value gap, which has 2 minutes until it closes, about 1. So you can go sideways for a bit, for about 2 minutes, leave this fair value gap open, and then you can go tap me in, because it might be a problem if it goes up, closes the 4-hour. Then my bias might shift to be a bit more bullish, I'm not gonna lie. And let me check what ES is looking like. ES has already hit 50%, which is not ideal, I'm not gonna lie. But Nasdaq is the bit more of a bearish market as of now, from what I'm seeing, since it's made these lows down here. So it looks like we might potentially get entered in here, or maybe not. We did just tap into this huge 1 minute, and I believe no 5 minute, just 1 minute fair value gap. So this would be perfect if we got tapped in, because we've only got 1 minute fair value gaps holding us back, and we all know 1 minute fair value gaps like to get run through. So I will most likely take most of my position off here, and then the rest of it here, if I even get tapped in. So let's see. I know it wants to. It looks like it wants to. It really does. Yes, it's got this fair value gap here as well. Looking a lot better on ES, I'm not gonna lie, compared to the Nasdaq. And come on.
Order filled.
There we go. Stop loss at the highs, risking 130 quid. See how this goes. I love that wick. That wick was beautiful. If it can carry on just like it did there. Oh, that is magnificent. Magnificent. How much is this? 1226. Oh yeah, just about 200. I will put, if it lets me, a limit buy of 4 right here. See if that can get hit. If that does get hit, that will leave us with one more limit buy to get hit down here. So might as well just put it in now. Damn, ES is pumping lower. Nasdaq is seeming to struggle. I don't like how it's just reversed. And I don't like that wick either. Yeah. Might potentially have an SMT here at the lows, which is not the best thing to have. I can't lie. You might push market right back up. I would like to see this candle close below here, so I can trail my stops to pretty much break even at that point, and all risk will be secured. So Come on. Give me a breaker structure. S&P has already given me a breaker structure, but that doesn't allow me to move my stops just yet. Not just yet, at least. So not looking too good. Not looking too good at all. This is going to be a most likely a loss. I'm not going to lie. By the way this is looking, and by the way how low the S&P has dropped. So let's see. This bloody flies smashing off my window, pissing me off. Well, yeah, great setup this one. You had SMTs at the highest, buy side liquidity swept on the S&P 500. Nice fair value gap which we've just closed, which means we are getting stomped out, boys. Unlucky, great setup. Can't complain. I can't lie, can't complain. The risk was beautiful. 130 quid. Usually risk around 300, but since the highs are right there, then there's no point in going any higher. Plus this SMT should technically push us lower, but we've just had a breaker structure of the highs, which is not ideal whatsoever. I would like to see a huge displacement lower now. If we could, that would give me a bit more confidence, I can't lie. It looks like it wants to, but then again it doesn't at the same time. Did we end up closing at 4 hour? We did not, so we're still in this 4 hour fair value gap. Very, very close to stop loss. Most likely going to be an SMT. Yeah, so is what it is. Cannot complain. Good setup you always got to take. Otherwise, if you hesitate, then you're messing with your stats, man. Over the long run, it's very important you take every good setup, because if you don't, then you're messing with your edge, you know. Just like in the casino, got a very tiny edge while trading, so you got to take advantage of it wherever possible. It is really teasing us here with this stop loss. It is most likely, from what I'm used to seeing, is price is going to come up here, sweep us out, and then dump to the lowest. So that's usually how it goes here. Very close now, very close, around a tick away. This is almost a guaranteed stopped out trade. If not, I'll be very surprised, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that this candle's just gonna dump all the way lower, so although possible, but very unlikely, I can't lie. Very, very unlikely. As you can see by that wig. Let's see, we're gonna get stopped out here. It really wants to stop us out, I can't lie, it really, really wants to stop us out. Unless we get a dump now. If we get a dump now, then we might be in the green, I can't lie. Got a bit of a low battery situation going on here. Just plug myself in. Never mind, we're going right back up. Come on, you had decent momentum to the downside. You could technically just drop if you was nice enough, but I don't think so. Damn, it really is teasing a brother, isn't it? I hate when it does this. It's either, yo, go to my stop loss or go to my take profit. Don't let me sit here for 25 minutes just floating around my stop loss. Here we go.
Order filled.
There we go. That was a loss. $126. Can't complain. Perfect trade. Very nice setup. Had a great displacement lower. The fair value gap wasn't the best, but the displacement was. We had an SMT at the highs. And now we got another SMT at the highs. Cannot complain. Cannot complain whatsoever about this trade. It was a very clean setup. Very good one. If we do possibly reverse here, I might consider re-entry because market structure shift will be somewhere around here. Price could dump, possibly make me a fair value gap, enter into it. Could be a very viable re-entry, but by the looks of it, price is just gonna carry on pumping. So, or maybe not. See, this is exactly what I'm thinking. I should start technically leaving some space for liquidity sweeps, just like this. But then again, how much space do you actually leave, you know? Because sometimes, like I used to leave space for liquidity sweeps, and I'd always get stopped out anyway. There's very rarely that price comes up and sweeps like the highs or the lows by a wick. So, yeah. Let's see. This is if this actually dumps now. That would be crazy. Got a double SMT now, which is even more confirmation to the downside, but no entry model just yet. It's gonna be hard to find an entry with these long wicks as well. Gonna be no fair value gaps. Let's see, we've got like 5 more minutes till the macro closes, so we could potentially see another setup here. I might as well just leave the camera on for the next 5 minutes, see what happens. If we maybe potentially get another entry, but I don't know. I really don't. But yeah, can't really expect much from a no news Monday. Price action is, like I said, slowly getting a lot better from what I'm seeing. It's actually reacting off levels, not just dumping 150 points through them. I mean, I say that, but then we have like these huge ass moves right here. But as you can see, like we've reacted off of a sell side level, we've reacted off of a buy side level, so price is slowly starting to move like it used to, which is a good thing in my book because I used to make a lot more money before Trump got into office. I can't lie. Trump has really fucked up the market with all these tariff news, these random tweets he's letting out. It's just messing with all the liquidity, everything. It's crazy. So another internal liquidity sweep with a huge wick. Absolutely humongous wick. Maybe another potential entry here. Check the 5 minute real quick. The 5 minute don't look the best. There is a 5 minute fair value gap there, which is what is holding ES down. Technically it could dump. It could dump lower, give us another entry, but is it going to give us an entry within macro? We've literally got 3 more minutes till macro closes, which means each one of these candles now has to be perfect for us to enter. So we'd need this candle to drop, then the next one after that stay where it is, and the third one pump up into the fair value gap that I would have created. But as you see, no fair value gap has been created, so now there's what, 3 minutes left. Let's see. Are we gonna get an extremely lucky entry at the very end of the macro, or is price gonna close and leave us out like it usually does? I think last week or the week before this, I had like four very nice setups, but just a minute after macro, which I cannot take. So unlucky, can't lie, very unlucky. But if you stick to your rules, you'll be good. We have just had a huge dump on ES. I'd like to see that follow through on Nasdaq. I really would. But now that's another SMT at the lows now. So high time frame SMT I think holds more power. So if this fair value gap could stay open, I will definitely, potentially, never mind, I will not do shit because the fair value gap has been closed. So there's no chance we can get an entry now into the Nasdaq. So I'm gonna cut the cam right now and try to catch you guys in the next macro. See you in a bit. So we're back pretty much in the second AM macro. Now you see the thing is here, we have just swept 15-minute buy side liquidity and we are currently in a 5-minute fair value gap, as well as a bunch of 1 minutes, which could potentially be a nice entry for us because of this huge displacement. I ain't gonna lie, I do kind of want to enter for a smaller lot size here. Yeah, seems about right. I think I will give it a go, I can't lie. Maybe I'll add one more. So as soon as the macro opens, I'm gonna enter a sell. Yeah.
Order filled.
Enter it right here. My stop loss above here for 200. There is a bunch of fair value gaps here that should push price down after this buy side liquidity sweep, and we could target these lows right here for the take profit. Did we end up closing that? We did not end up closing that fair value gap, which is good. Happy to see that. What I don't like seeing is this big bullish move, so we're about to find out if this was a good decision or not. Yeah. The setup was decent, I'm not gonna lie, it was a very good setup. I'm almost tempted to enter another few lots here, but then again I'm already nearly at max lots, so this will be enough for me. We are risking like 200, which I'm happy with losing if it does come to it. More than happy with losing this. So yeah, setup was decent, everything was decent. Had a huge displacement, fair value gap, market structure shift, 15-minute buy side liquidity sweep. Still an open 4-hour bearish, so I'm expecting price to do some sort of push lower here. If not, then unfortunately it's going to be me for the day. 2 losses is me finished for the day. No more trading, because if I take 2 perfect setups and both times they don't work out, then clearly it's not me, it must be the market. So 2 trades is the max I can take for the day. 2 losses, that is. If I take 1 trade, loss, 1 at break even, I'm allowed to take 1 more trade after that, but we'll see how this goes. I do not have too much confidence in this, I'm not gonna lie, since it was the liquidity sweep happened so far away from the from the macro, and yeah, that could mean that price has already decided to go in whichever direction. So I do like the fact that we're rejecting this 1 minute here. good, very well. So around 300, but I think I'll take 3 off here and the rest around here, because all this low resistance liquidity here could mean price is going to just dump. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm going to put a buy limit of 3 here, I believe, yeah. And then we shall see what price does. We did just invert this 1 minute fair value gap, which is really nice, really clean, having a decent displacement here on the S&P. I'm hoping we don't SMT it, because then I'll have to exit early and I won't take as much profit, so we'll see how it goes. I believe there is a 5 minute bullish. No, there is not yet. We're still in this 5 minute bearish. We are, so let's just see what price can do. This is, you could theoretically enter this again because of this fair value gap. It's got a nice displacement, inverse fair value gap. I was just about to enter it again, but never mind. If we do get a breaker structure below this low, I'm going to trail stops up to this high. And yeah, very simple, very easy trading strategy. I'm just hoping that S&P doesn't SMT the lows, which it most likely will, which means I'm going to have to take profit way earlier than I want to. But that's just the name of the game, you know. Rather be safe than sorry. So then let's see what happens. Let's see what takes place here. I think we're about to, yeah, I think the S&P is going to dump here, but the Nasdaq does not seem to want to for some odd reason. I believe we still left this 5 minute open. We did indeed, but we did also create a 5 minute bullish here, which I don't like. So could mean that price is going to reject off of this 5 minute, but we'll see. We will see. I really like to trail the stops up a bit, but we've yet to see a break of structure, so it is not the time for it. I don't really want to lose 200, can't lie. Would much rather have it at 100, but if we don't get this sweep of liquidity, then, or not sweep of liquidity, break of structure to the downside, then we cannot move 9. Do have this bearish here, which is holding very nicely indeed. All we need to do now is just displace lower. So let's see, a bit of an internal liquidity sweep, possibly. Very possibly. Do have ES coming back up to that fair value gap, which could reject price and also causing SMT at the highs again. That is not what I wanted to see. Jesus Christ, that is a huge pump higher. Yeah, it is looking like a 2 times loss day for us guys. I cannot lie. That displacement does not give me any confidence whatsoever to the downside. 0 whatsoever. So we've just invalidated 2 1 minute fair value gaps, which is definitely not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see these fair value gaps hold, push price lower, but as we can see, we've just pumped. We've absolutely pumped higher. So we are still within fair value gap on ES, but it's not looking good, guys. It is not looking good whatsoever. So we do technically have an internal SMT again, but But last time that internal SMT did not do shit, so most likely won't do shit here again. Looking like it's gonna be around a $350 loss, which is gonna put me right around flat or break even on the account. So not ideal, I can't lie. Not ideal whatsoever, but sometimes you just take the loss. And you gotta hold it. You can't lie, you just gotta hold the loss. Hold the L, as they say. We're still holding that. Fucking 1 minute on ES. Struggling, absolutely struggling on Nasdaq though. We have just created a bullish as well, so this is most likely gonna push price higher. And we're about to get stopped out. Unlucky. Very, very unlucky, but what can you do? It's part of the game, you know. No news Monday. Should not have expected much. Can't lie. Now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't have even risked that much on this trade. But can't do nothing about it now, can we? Yeah, we're definitely getting stopped out here. 100%. Unless we absolutely dump now and displace through this 5-hour gap, then we might have a chance, but it's most likely just gonna flippity flop right around that stop the loss. There is technically one more macro after this session, which is the PM macro, which could potentially give us another entry, but if I do take this loss here, then I will not even bother with a third one, because my rules say 2 losses for the day is enough. And if you take 2 good setups twice and they don't work, then the market's just not in your favor that day, and you better just skip to the next one, which has been working really well for me. I can't lie. 2 losses a day max makes me reduce the amount of losses I take. If I took really 2 perfect setups and 2 bad losses without any trailing or take profit or anything, then the max loss I can take in a day is 600, which sounds quite a lot, but more often than not, price goes a bit in my direction and it allows me to trail stops. Unlike here, where it didn't break structure whatsoever and it won't allow me to trail stops and it's gonna take me out. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today. About a wick, little wick.
Order filled.
There we go. So $250 loss for the day. Cannot complain. It is what it is. Shit happens, you know. Sometimes you just take a loss, you know. 2 trades, 2 losses. It is what it is. We did technically have another buy side liquidity sweep here, which you could now technically go for another sell if you price gives you a good enough entry, which I honestly might consider with halfway, because this setup does look pretty decent. We are still in the macro. I know I say 2 losses max, but if I risk slightly bit less, then should be no problem. Should be no problem at all, and the setup would still be valid. So it's all up to the market. All up to the market. What it shows me. Technically, this is a buy side liquidity sweep plus an SMT, so even more confluence to the downside. I cannot lie. Would love to see a bit of a displacement here lower and give me a potential extra entry to make my losses back, but if it doesn't show me, we're chilling for the day. I would need a big displacement here, but
not seem like I will get any sort of displacement to the downside. So yeah, I will, I think, call it for the day. I'll probably wait here, see what the rest of this macro does, if I potentially have a setup to the downside or not. But yeah, if I do, you guys probably won't see it, or I might record it, I don't know. If I don't, then this is me done for the day, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Yeah, peace out, take it easy. I'll catch you on another one, if I can flip and find it. Oh, peace. Alright, so we could have a potential extra setup here if this candle could close below here, but it does not seem like it will, I cannot lie. I was considering to take this sell right here. The setup is 10 out of 10, perfecto. Let me do perfecto, bro. If this market structure shifts here, we've got a buy side liquidity sweep of previous day highs, which is an incredibly strong level, which I guarantee price is going to reverse from. If we can just get this market structure shift going, I'm definitely entering off this fair value gap right here. Stop loss will also be pretty small, at around 11 pips, which is perfect for me. So yeah, market sell. We'll go for 4. Technically didn't get an market structure shift yet, but I'm so confident in this that I think price will just dump, which it is dumping, but without me. Unlucky, what can you do? We are also in a 5-minute bullish here, which is kind of against us, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of very against us, but we can get this close, and we've got a perfect market structure shift. The 30 is 300 on a 5 lot, 10 will be 100, so we should technically turn this to
Order filled.
No.
Order
Get out,
filled.
get out. What the fuck? That was almost very stupid. Lost a little bit there, but limit sell of 5. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, perfect. So now if we can get entered in, this will be officially our last trade. I should technically have called it quits a few minutes ago, or previously, but we do have what, 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes until the macro closes. If we can get tapped in during the macro, gonna be juicy, gonna be very juicy. But by the looks of it, price is going to just dump without us, which is what it is, or maybe not. This 5-minute might push up. This setup though, perfect, 10 out of 10. Previous day liquidity swept, huge FVG, huge displacement, market structure shift, 10 out of 10. Can't lie, 10 out of 10. I do not like the way ES is looking, because ES is nowhere near these previous day highs, but it is what it is. Is it gonna tap a brother in, or is it gonna do me dirty like it did last time? Let's see. Let's go. Looking like we're having another
Order filled.
SMT. Jesus, that was quick. Gotta move that stop loss rapid before we just get instantly stopped out. Could technically move it to here, but because of the breaker structure, don't want to see nothing lower, nothing higher than that. So take profits are going to be at any FVG that is around 50%. So 50% of the move is here, which is very low, which is technically good for our take profit. The lower the better, you know, but then again, the lower the more unlikely it's going to hit. So this is about 350 for take profit. If it does hit, I'm considering possibly taking it all the way to these lows, but not not full price, I'll probably exit half here and the other half down there. So let's see if this third and final setup will work. If it doesn't, then we're gonna be around 400 down for the day, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. You cannot miss a perfect setup like this. This is like the best setup I've seen all day. So yeah, all we gotta do is wait it out. Hopefully we get a break of structure to the downside so I can trail stops and pretty much be at break even. So it is all up to the markets now, which is not looking too good, I can't lie. But stop loss is very small, 115 bucks. Very happy to lose that. If it does not go right, then it is what it is, guys. It's part of the game, you know, part of the game. I do love that wick, the way that's looking. If it just continues, I'll be extremely happy. So yeah, let's see what's going on. It is hesitating very hard. I do not like the way that candle just displays so high and is about to close this 1 minute FVG. Once this flipping 1 minute FVG gets closed, we're done for. Dunzo, that's another lost trade. 3 L's in a day.
Order filled.
Unlucky, guys. Very unlucky, but what can you do? What can you do? Nah, I'm definitely calling it a day. I swear to God, if this doesn't get hit, I will be fucking pissed. There's no way. There is no way. I should have had my stops up here. Jesus, you idiot. You absolute idiot. Wow. I'm so tempted to enter again. So tempted to enter again right now. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna fight that temptation though. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm even going to lock myself out for the rest of the day, because I don't want to do no more stupidity like that. So yeah, that's me for the day, guys. Lock myself out, can't trade anymore. 470 bucks lost, which is a lot more than I was hoping for, but it is what it is, you know. I guess I will catch you tomorrow. Peace out and take it easy.